So you got a lot of these supplement companies. I don't know that anyone's particular, but you got a lot of athletes that they test hot for some type of substance, and it's because they were made in these vats that they're literally manufacturing hundreds and hundreds of different types of.
Absolutely.
I cannot
it gives good, honest fighters like Jon Jones a bad thing.
I can't tell where the truth starts and the lies.
The man just wants
I'm not saying any one athlete.
He wants to supplement his diet with a little more thiamine, a little more protein.
They've proven it, though. They've taken lot numbers.
I understand this poor guy was busted for DWI, but the truth is, his protein powder was made in a vat where there was alcohol powder, and now there's trace amounts of alcohol in his milkshake, and that's why he's on a DUI at the
DWI.
Okay, driving while intoxicated.
The Albuquerque Police Department.
You know what
racist,
I'm saying?
All right, we all know this.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about
the
purity.
firearm sounds that the policeman heard, and the bullet casings in the guy's feet. It could have been anyone that put that shit there.
Look,
the rest of the world is fucking quarantined.
Any number of us have bullet casings in our floorboard.
Actually, who am I talking to? Yeah.
I still find them. They're just like up in the dashes of vehicles, from like shooting out the windows of cars, and they go up between the windshield and the dash, and they get way down in there, way in there.
How do you get in trouble during a quarantine? He should be at home playing video games. Jon Jones, follow my lead.
He was probably out donating to a food bank.
Oh, you out of date on this one?
I do not.
He got a DUI last night. He was drunk in his car, drinking Jorge Masvidal's liquor. Cops respond to a gunshot. They find him in his vehicle sitting there, and they're like, "Sir, have you been drinking?" He's like, "I have been. And I plan to continue to."
Yeah.
And so they arrest him. They find his handgun under his seat, spent casing in the floorboard. Now he's up on he didn't have proof of his insurance, driving while intoxicated, and reckless use of a firearm.
Yeah. Officers noted signs of intoxication, and police say Jones admitted to officers that he had been driving earlier and intends to drive some more.
Jesus.
But I love that he had Jorge Masvidal's bottle, like his brand of liquor.
Is that? I didn't catch that detail.
Yeah. They give the name brand of the liquor in there. That's Jorge Masvidal shit. That'd be like having Proper 12.
Great.
He's charged with DWI, negligent use of a firearm, and possession of an open container. I bet
this is the kind of fucking champion I love. All right, God damn it! I'm not looking for some fucking choir boy. Certainly not some live at home with my daddy, woman-hating, possible terrorist.
Kyle,
all right?
Stop putting down woman haters, all right?
All right?
Stop mixing in the good with the bad.
I want a bad motherfucker like this who rides around drinking with guns, hitting pregnant bitches on cocaine with weed pipes in his car. Me and this guy aren't that too far apart, all right? I bet he and I could have a goddamn good time. I want somebody who slaps fucking strippers' asses. I want somebody who rides around fucking getting in fights at press conferences, doing a little steroids, because who doesn't? If they come to test you, you hide under the fucking cage. What, he's a pussy for hiding under the cage? No, he's smart. He's a fucking 3 or 4 time champion. I don't know how many times they pulled the belt away. Man's never lost a mixed martial arts fight, despite all the drug use, alcohol, the late night partying, the cocaine, the whores, the hookers, the arrests. Never lost a fight.
Matt Hamill wrecked that guy's elbows with his nose until the ref pulled him apart.
That's the kind of fucking champion I want. That's the people's champion, the real people.
I agree, but the one thing that just sits wrong with me, I love watching him fight. Like every single one of his fights is just like.
If you watched his last 3 fights, he lost them all, and his ineffective striking and loss of ground game. Carry on, please.
But I mean, like in the past, but like embrace it. Like, don't give me that bullshit at the end of the fight about Jesus and you've changed your life and everything else. Like, no, embrace the bad guy angle. Like,
when will God stop testing poor Jon Jones?
Be like,
that's
no,
where I agree with
I did a bump of fucking cocaine before the fight. So what? I like to party.
I wish he'd get up here and be like, you know what? I had a whole speech, but I'm high as shit right now.
Yeah. I like the way Chael Sonnen did it. Kyle tells the story great, but they're like, they said I tested with twice the levels of testosterone like as a normal man. I told them run that test again. It's too damn low.
Chael Sonnen's so good. I watched this 20-minute montage of him with his best trash talk the other day. I love it. His delivery
that Joe
on that.
Rogan one where he's like, tonight's about you, Joe Rogan.
I like the Joe Rogan one where he's like, Joe Rogan, give me that microphone. I just got done beating up a former world champion. If you think I won't add a 50-year-old comedian to my list, you got another thing coming.
Yeah.
So good.
I love Chael Sonnen. But I wish Jon Jones were more like that. I wish he embraced being the bad guy, because he is the bad guy. He's one of the worst.
He's
and
rotten
I love
to the
him
core.
for it, because that's what I fucking want. I want a bad guy. I want a villain. All right.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite like entertainment properties are about the villain, the bad guy. That's what I want. I love that shit. I don't want some
Nike money.
fucking wear some and ones and get it over with, dude. Let's go. Let's go. And one has money. They'll put that shit on a felon. Let's go. I love this guy. I want
genius, Kyle. I love it.
First endorsements.
I would love it if he dropped Nike and Reebok and went with and one and Hennessy or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I swear next time I'm called DWI, it will be Hennessy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Lots of that shit.
When I drink and drive, I only drink Tennessee. And then he takes over. That's the commercial. It's like that Matthew McConaughey Lincoln commercial where he's just driving the car and he's twiddling his thumb like this and riding around in his Lincoln. Oh, they're great. They're iconic.
You laugh about it.
Just,
Dude, that would
you
be
know,
that would
when I'm
sell.
riding around,
that would
shooting
sell.
stop signs.
It would increase the amount of drinking and driving, I think, but it would sell. He'd make it look
I'm just
cool.
saying, like him as a bad guy, that would sell so much.
Yes. Jon Jones, God's testing him again. He's going to keep testing him.
I wish he'd be like, I'm going to hit you harder than I hit that pregnant bitch.
Oh, man. That would rule. I want to live in that timeline.
Is like, yeah. She signed an NDA. She's good now. She's got a paycheck.
Yeah.
You got a paycheck to show up. So now I got to hit you with this train.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna hit you.
USADA can't catch me. You think you can? Let's go. Let's go. I need that. I need him to be the bad. Stop with that. Stop with that preacher's son nonsense, John. Be the bad guy.
Yes.
I would love that. He is the bad. Even in that mugshot, he's just kind of like, just smile. Just smile. You're not a thug. You're not a thug.
He's such a thug.
You gotta think there's brands out there that if he embraced that would pay him way more. Even if it was the UFC giving him a larger take on a purse or something like that, I feel like it'd sell him way more.
He'd be Conor McGregor.
Pay-per-views.
But he's an asshole and he can't do anything right.
Yeah.
Except barely win fights where you split decisions where the crowd disagrees.
He lost his last fight, in my opinion. I thought he won the Santos fight. Here's the thing about the Santos fight, and there's a lot of like cliches in mixed martial arts fights that you can fall back on. Like, hey, what if the fight went on for 100 rounds? Then who's going to win? Mm-hmm. All right, well, Jon Jones, because the other guy's literally crippled. All right, the other guy's not going to. The other guy had to be carried away at the end of the fight, and Jon Jones was like, all right, I'm going to go slap some hoes.
I think I know where you're headed with that. You want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. That's the cliche.
I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all.
Okay.
I feel like if you outpoint the champ, you've beaten the champ. And there's been a lot of that recently that has upset me. I'm going to have a hard time drawing examples, but there was a woman's fight recently that upset me a lot. It was the
Jacek versus Chinese Dick.
It was Jacek won. Jan Jacek, I think. She won, in my opinion. She definitely outpointed Wei Li.
I saw it the other way, and Jacek looked like a horror movie character. At the end.
I don't care how. I think that was incidental. Like that was a freak thing that happened to her head. You know,
repeatedly they kept punching her on the bubble.
Yeah, for sure. I saw that no different than like a cut. It's like, well, yeah, he's
cuts
cut,
matter
because
one of the ways I measure fights is damage, and Jacek looked not even like a. She didn't just not look like herself.
She had about 25 more strikes.
Inhuman. She looked like
Oh, she looked awful.
Yeah,
But she had 25 more strikes.
Pitter patter baby strikes, right? While that Chinese chick was
she's hitting as hard as she can.
Fucking bombs. Yeah. If you look at
I gave it to her. A lot of people give it to her.
Okay. Well, there's no way to check that. I'm not gonna.
A lot of people give it to her for sure.
Okay.
I don't like Joanna. I think she's a cunt of a person. You know, like bow down. It's like I bet that's what you sound like when you come. I bet it's that obnoxious Polish accent. Like it's so disgusting.
I agree with you, but I think we agree on the next thing too. I like watching her fight.
I like watching her fight too. I'm looking forward to Rose coming back and fucking Whaley up because that's what's going to happen. I think Rose will be able to deal with Whaley. I think
Whaley has a training camp without coronavirus, and she wrecks that chick shit. Even
nope.
No, my Eunice.
Joanna's head was on center the whole time, just fucking getting da-dum. Rose is so fucking in and out, left and right, working angles.
Oh, maybe I'm mixed up. I'm
talking Rose Namajunas beating Whaley.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I didn't keep up. My bad. Yeah, no, I thought you were saying if Whaley and Jacek rematched, it would go differently.
Oh, hard to say about that. I think it would go pretty similarly, but you never know with this shit. I mean, look at Rose versus Jacek 1 and 2. Completely different fights. Same exact fighters. You know, the first one, Rose takes her out in like a minute and a half. Second one, we go full 5 rounds and Rose outpoints her every round.
Rose had it. So if people don't know Rose Namajunas, she's very sweet. She's nice. She won her first title, and I've said this before. And in tears, she's like, "I just want people to be nice to each other." That's what she used her platform for. I like her. And they were asking her, like, you know, how she won the second fight, and she's like, "Yeah, I think I'm just better than her." And it was like, oh, damn! Like coming from her, it was, and you're like, "Well, the score's been posted twice now.
Yeah,
you're better."
That's how I feel about Jon Jones and fucking Butterball. What's his name? Cormier.
Daniel Cormier. Well,
it's like score's been posted, bro. Like, yeah, rack it up again. Let's do it again. If Cormier had beaten Stipe, that's the fight that was coming. That's what they'd have done for heavyweight.
But
title.
Jones has an asterisk, right? The one time Jones beat him, he literally tested hot for steroids, and they changed it to a no contest. And the other times Jones beat him, everyone knows damn well he was hot for steroids.
I disagree fully. All I know is that he got handled both times. It's barely close. Cormier had good hands in the second fight. I will say that his boxing was very impressive. I don't know why I didn't work the wrestling more against him, but then Jon did do him exactly what he told him he was going to do to him, and it was so funny because Jon was like, "I've seen what you do. I'm gonna kick you in the head." And he's like, "Yeah, you think I'm gonna do that, don't you, Jon? You think I'm gonna do that thing where you
where I go like kick, this? Yeah,
where you throw the body kick 4 times in a row, and I think you're gonna throw the body kick again, and I don't cover my head. You think I'm gonna do that, don't you?" He's like, "Yes, that's exactly what I think." And then that's what he did, and he kicked him so goddamn hard in the head, it made a clap.
Yeah, it was. Jones was like, "We've been looking at the tape and we see things," and Cormier is like, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about me ducking my head. We've been working on that this training camp. It's not going to be there," and it was there.
It was there in spades.
Yeah,
and then the trip after, it was so nasty.
Yeah, yeah.
Good shit.
We should get off UFC probably.
Yeah, let me do